Kia ora everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, and I wanted to let you all know why. As you all may know, or as I've mentioned in previous videos, I have mental health issues. I was clinically diagnosed with PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, bipolar, depression and anxiety, and sleeping disorders. So I wanted to let you know why I haven't been uploading. And I suppose if I really want to give you a better idea or a better picture of how things were for me, I've been in the mental health issues for close to a decade, if not even more. So part of what I would deal with, and I have to look at the factors in my life, I realized that I was going through all of this at a very late stage, a very late period of my life. And I didn't know how to approach it, how to do things. And that's why I ended up going to my doctors, and I ended up being prescribed antidepressants. And then I was given therapies from proper therapists and also psychologists. So I went through all of that as being part of a mental health patient. And that part of my life is hard to talk about because I suppose it can be taboo to many people. And there's a shame that I carry with that too. And it sort of never goes away. So when I dropped my last video, or I uploaded my last video, even though I'd been carnivore for maybe 12 to 13, 14 months at that time, and I had lost a lot of weight, when I had to reveal myself, or the clothes underneath my clothes, my body composition, that hit me hard. And maybe it hit me more than I thought it did or would. So when I look at that, I think I'm changing composition-wise, but there's so much work to do. How am I going to achieve this? And then I had to think to myself, how long did it take me to get that way? And it would have been all of 40 plus years, easy. So for me to expect that 14 months, 12 to 14 months was going to make a huge difference, and it has, being carnivore, I know I need more time. I need more time to work on myself. But when I came to that reality of what I saw, I was unhappy. I thought I'd done so much work, but I have so much more work to do. Which then put me back into my old depressive thoughts, and I suffered mentally going through all of that over the last 4 to 6 weeks. I wasn't sure whether I'd come back on again and give it a shot again and do videos. I want to let you all know that I know by doing these videos and sharing my experiences with you all, it helps me, and I'm hoping it may help others that are going through very similar issues physically and mentally as I do. So that's why I'm doing this new video, and it's based around my mental health and my mental health issues. So if I was to describe what my mental health issues feel like or look like to me, I describe it when I was younger, right? It's winter time here now. Now we don't get any snow, we don't get any blizzards or anything like that, but we can get very frosty mornings. And there are times when I was younger, we used to have a mist or fog that used to settle very early in the morning. And when I used to walk to school, sometimes it was really hard to see in front of me because the fog and the mist was so thick that sometimes I would lose my bearings of where I was. And sometimes you couldn't see the trees if you're walking up the road, or you couldn't see the houses sometimes. And that's how, if I was to describe what mental health is for me, that's how I'd describe it. This thick fog or mist that you can barely see in front of yourself. You might be able to see your hands and your feet, and about half a metre, half a yard in front of you, but that's all you can see until you get to a certain point where your path changes. And that's what I describe my mental health to be, when things can go wrong, I suppose. But one of the things I also remember when I used to walk to school, if it was a fine day, the sun was at the back or at the top of the mist, right? At the top of the fog. And as the day got along, that fog and mist would start to dissipate, lift, and you'd start to be able to see clearer. You'd start to be able to see 5 yards in front of you, 5 meters in front of you, then 10. Then as it got through and the fog and the mist lifted completely, you could see for as long as you wanted to see. And that's mental health for me. There are times when this fog or mist can fall over me, sometimes without even me knowing, sometimes without even me recognizing what's happening. And that's what happened to me over the last 4 to 6 weeks. Because of the last video that I dropped in regards to revealing my body composition, even though I can still watch it now, there's a part of me that still does rear its head and tells me that I'm not doing as well as I thought I was. Yet there are people around me in my community, like SBG, that are telling me how well I look or how healthy I still look. What I haven't told you is that I went through a period of mental health issues. I went through the mental health system. When I started seeing clearer and the fog and the mist started lifting, I decided that I was going to find work in it, because I thought to myself, who else would better know a situation that people in mental health can get into than someone that's been there and in my own experience. So I had to go back to EIT. It's like an adult schooling, university type thing. And I had to do another 2 years of study to get my diploma in mental health and well-being. That's what the name of it was. I think it was level 4 or level 5. And as soon as I achieved that, I actually got a job straight out of school, straight out of the education that I was in. And I appreciated that, because they could see something in me that I still wasn't confident about, but I knew I had experience in my own life's journey, and I just needed work experience. There's other factors in my life that have caused me to not be able to fully heal myself, and that's all right. It's a work in progress, and I intend to keep working on that. But when others are telling you how well you're doing in a job or how well you're doing by supporting others, it doesn't always get through to me, at the very least. It doesn't get through to my mind straight away. It takes a bit of time. I've come to recognize all of that. So when I have an episode or something's not right for me, I tend to retreat and go back into staying behind my four walls. That's my safe space. That's how I try and recharge myself to make me feel better. Even though I was retreating, I still kept myself going to the SBG community Zoom calls, because that was like the light at the end of the tunnel. There was always some light at the end of the tunnel. So by going to those and staying there and listening to others, going through what they were going through, whether it was mainly physical, it kept me aware of my own issues, which is really important, because here's what I think. How can you help others if you're unwell yourself, or you can't help yourself? And there are times that does happen for me. But I kept going because I needed the support and to listen to others. And I would put on a brave face, as I always do, and as if there's nothing wrong. But behind the scenes, there was this thing playing in my mind, telling me again that everything I'm doing is not good enough. And I recognize all of that. The thing is, I needed to do another video. I mean, I appreciate all the people that have watched my videos. I do appreciate my subscribers. But I have to build myself back up again. And that's why it's taken so long for me to upload or do another video to everyone. But I still, like I said, I want to bring you along for my journey. Mental health is pretty much something I'm dealing with a lot. I need to share it. I need to let you guys know, let everyone know how things are for me in my life. And I know by putting this out there that there may be people out there going through very similar issues or times in their lives. And what I want to let everyone know is there are ways to combat and get through how you feel. There are things that you can do. Some very simple, some can be a little bit more difficult. I enjoy what I'm doing when I go into the community. I enjoy being a part of watching people change their lives, because I want the same for myself. I want to change my life. I want to do better. Yes, I'm going to have times where I'm going to hit bumps in the roads. There may even be barriers in the road. But now that I'm Carnivore, and I'm going to tell you, to be honest with you all, I'd probably dropped down to about maybe 95% Carnivore, right, in the last 4 to 6 weeks. So I tried introducing maybe some carbs or something like that, just to see if I could handle them. And of course I can't. And that may have been a factor into why I wasn't feeling so well too, because I've recognized all of that before. But I found another way to combat all of that. And it actually comes back to the priming. And I know a lot of people always ask this question, what is priming? I mention priming because I've been doing it for 5 days now. And I've made up a a monthly calendar of my own, but it's based off what I've learnt from the coaches. It's based off the Chisel program, but I've decided to do it in such a way that I could do it. And one thing I've noticed about myself is I need structure in my life for me to move forward. And so I figured out a calendar for myself, and I'm going through it right now. And I think it's one of the reasons why I'm able to come back on and do videos again, is because I've gone from 95% being carnivore to 99% being carnivore. I'll never be 100, but 99%, and that's changed me. It's changed how I feel about things. And it's all got to do with how much I was eating. So, and this is how I talk about mental health, and what I ate and eat has that connection. It's all connected together. And so now that I'm doing better on my carnivore journey again, I feel I can hop on and do these videos again. I hope I don't take too long dropping any more videos for you guys, because there's a lot more I'd like to talk about, a lot more experience that I've had in my life that may be helpful in some way to others, and I hope that they, or that you guys, or that all of you might get an idea or an information out of it as to what carnivore can do for someone. I'm never going to go off carnivore. I know how good it is. But am I going to hit bumps in the road? Am I going to hit barriers? Are there going to be times in my life where I can't be 99% carnivore? And my answer to that is absolutely yes. But also my answer to that is now, how do I handle that? How do I go through it in the best way possible? For my mental health, at the very least, if I stay carnivore and I eat really well, I find everything lifts for me. The fog lifts, the mist lifts, I feel stronger, I sleep better. In mental health, you just, sleep is lacking. It can definitely be lacking for me at the very least. So now that I'm doing what I'm doing in regards to a new calendar for myself, I'm finding the benefits are starting to come back in again. And that's why I've decided to do another video for you all. And I'm glad I was able to try and let you know about what I've been through in the last few weeks, what I've been through in my life, especially as an adult. And there's always factors behind what we go through in our lives to try and figure out ourselves. I'm still figuring out myself, and now I'm 53. And, at least with carnivore, I've figured out, or this way of eating, I've figured out that there's a pathway I can take that may not cure my mental health, but I'm on the right track. I'm on the right path. I know this and feel this deep within inside me, deep within my soul, deep within my heart. I will be forever grateful that I gave this a try. I gave carnivore a chance to see what would happen. I'm forever thankful that I decided to find others that thought like me, and then to find a community as supportive as everyone that's in SPG, and then finding a program or way of eating so that I can figure this all out thanks to the coaches Coach Emily and Coach Raymond. And then Bella creating a community for all of us. I will be forever blessed because I know that they are always there for me. And to have that sort of knowledge now is what will keep me going. It's what will keep me moving forward in my life. So I hope this video has been helpful in some way to whoever may watch it. And I appreciate if you have stuck around and waited for me to bring out another video. There is one other question I'd like to ask my subscribers or anybody that's watching. I'm thinking about changing my YouTube name. I have some very good carnivore friends who I've mentioned before, and they always jokingly call me Kiwi Daddy. So I laughed to myself about that. And I've been thinking about changing my YouTube name from Carnivore Keith NZ, which is who I am and how people know me. I've been thinking about changing it to Kiwi Daddy Carnivore. It still has its own little, it still recognizes me because most people would know if you're a Kiwi, then you're from New Zealand. And Kiwi Daddy is something that they would always jokingly call me, my carnivore friends. And I laugh, and I have a little bit of a, I think it's funny, and that I'm a carnivore now. So what do you guys think about that? What would you, put it in the comments. What do you think about me changing my name from Carnivore Keith NZ to Kiwi Daddy Carnivore? I think it stands out and has a flavour of its own. has a rhythm of its own. I kind of like it now the more that I say it and think about it. But I'd sort of like to hear what my subscribers say, or anybody that's watching this video. Thank you for listening again. Thank you for sticking around and being a part of my journey. There is more to come. I'm hoping to be able to drop a video maybe once every couple of weeks. And I'm hoping that anything I share again with these videos is helpful to others. So until I see you again, stay safe, stay blessed, and stay carnivore. Aroha nui whānau.